with his campaign despite growing calls for him to drop out. A long list of Republican members of Congress either want him to quit the race right now or step aside if the sex abuse allegations are proven true. In response, moments ago, Moore tweeted this, quote, "Alabamians will not be fooled by this inside Mitch McConnell's days as majority leader are coming to an end very soon," unquote. It's a clear jab at the Senate Majority Leader, who said this today.
He's obviously not fit to be in the United States Senate, and we've looked at all the options to try to prevent that from happening.
Meanwhile, loyal supporters of Roy Moore are trying to discredit the accusers, particularly the fifth woman who came forward yesterday with her compelling press conference. CNN's Nick Valencia joins me now live from Gadsden, Alabama. And Nick, loyal supporters pushing back against these allegations.
Not only they're pushing back, Jake, it seems that they're trying to do everything in their power to discredit these women. The latest woman to come forward, Beverly Nelson, alleging that she was sexually assaulted when she was just 16 years old while in a parking lot of a restaurant called the Old Hickory House. Moore's wife came out to say there's no way that assault could have happened because the Old Hickory House did not exist at the time. The problem with that theory is that that's not true. The AL.com, which is the largest media outlet here in the state of Alabama, investigated this, and they found the Old Hickory House in a directory and also report that business has now changed names. Now, even still, this has not stopped more supporters from coming out to question the credibility of the women who have come forward, even questioning the timing of these women, also purporting that they may have been paid by the Washington Post, who initially broke this story. The Washington Post has pushed back on that, saying that they did not pay these women. They actually had to convince these women from coming forward. Beverly Nelson may have put it best when she said she may have not come forward at all and taken this story to the grave had it not been for the courage of the other women who came before her. Jake.
All right, Nick Valencia in Gadsden, Alabama, thank you. As the calls for Moore to quit the race grow louder, it begs the question, exactly what options do Republican leaders have to try to stop Moore from becoming a U.S. Senator? CNN's Tom Foreman is over at the Magic Wall for us. Tom, lay out the scenarios that could play out over the next few weeks.
Well, let's look at a series of questions. The first one is, can Republicans block the December 12th election? Yes, Alabama Governor Kay Ivey, who is a Republican, could delay the vote, but says she will not. Furthermore, she says she's going to vote for Moore, but she says it's only at this moment in time when she adds, we don't have all the facts. So, can Moore's name be withdrawn from the ballot? No. The deadline for withdrawal is 76 days prior to the vote. We are way past that, and many absentee ballots have already been cast. So let's say the election goes forward. Could Moore be beaten? Well, sure. These allegations have cut into his lead in the polls, and while Alabama has elected only Republican senators since the mid-1990s, the state has a long history of Democratic senators before that. In addition, the Republican Party could put all of its efforts into a write-in candidate, and if President Trump endorsed that alternative candidate, that might help, although bear in mind the president supported Moore's primary challenger and Moore won anyway. So even if you put someone like Jeff Sessions back there as the write-in candidate, which they're talking about, Moore could lose, but it's a job to get done. Can they stop Moore in Washington if he wins? Yes. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell could lead the charge to find him unfit for office. They could swear him in, and then 2/3 of all senators could agree. They could immediately throw him out, in which case the Alabama governor, who again is a Republican, would appoint an interim senator, almost certainly another Republican, until a special election could be held. Jake?
But Tom, Moore still has substantial levels of support in Alabama, despite everything that the voters there have heard. What are the risks for the Republican Party if they stop him the way you described?
Look, a lot of voters might not like that. So the first is payback. Steve Bannon and other anti-establishment folks who support Roy Moore could harass, impede, and hurt mainstream Republicans in retribution, bringing in all those voters saying, you were cheated. The thing is, they're pretty much doing that to the mainstream Republicans anyway, so presumably it could get worse. But the second one may be the bigger worry for Mitch McConnell and all the others out there. Through all of these maneuvers, the Democrat, Doug Jones, could win. And that would cut into Republican control of the Senate, posing a whole new set of worries for the GOP. Jake.
All right, Tom Foreman, thank you so much. We have more breaking news. One female lawmaker publicly testifying today. There are 2 current members of the Congress who sexually harass women, and the Speaker of the House just weighed in. Stay with us.